Thursday Night Football preview here. We have the Panthers and the Bears. Week 10 kicking off. Coop, my friend, how we doing?
Doing awesome, man. Football's back. I don't care who's playing as long as it's football. And this one, honestly, I know that, you and Howard have kind of been dogging this game, dogging the Patriots game tomorrow morning, but I think this could be a good game. It could be a good battle. We could see a potential over here. And I like the game on Sunday morning in Germany too, which that might be a little more of a controversial take, but I'm excited for this game. I'm excited.
Listen, I'm happy anytime football is on TV. So I will, of course, be sitting down and I will be watching Panthers versus Bears. But come on. You can't be excited for this matchup. The Bears offense has been garbage. Both defenses are terrible. Bryce Young hasn't looked that great. You don't have Miles Sanders. You have Chuba Hubbard. You got Donta Foreman, no Fields. This is a game lacking star power. We're excited for maybe Adam Thielen.
Thielen's the man, dude. Sanders got 5 targets last week. Maybe clawing his way back, right?
Depends on the game flow, probably, right?
Cole Kmet mossed on Honey Badger last week, 10 receptions or whatever, 2 touchdowns. There's some players out here. DJ Moore can do stuff all on his own, man.
Yes, he could. Listen, I've said this earlier this week as well on the Better Sports Betting Show on Tuesday. Sometimes bad offenses just score points on bad defenses. So we could also just see that happen where the Panthers and the Bears defense are not good enough to stop either offense. I do, Coop, save your shock face here, have an over 1.5 field goals made prop for Eddie Pinheiro here this evening. You gotta
cut that out.
We're gonna get some field goals tonight. I think these offenses are likely not going to find the end zone. I don't think that often, but I can see them moving the football. They like to run on each other here. So some field goal props are in play for me tonight.
One Super Bowl, I bet only 2 bets. I bet at the coin flip, and then I bet the over on total punts. And I was the most miserable person there.
Was that the Patriots-Rams Super Bowl?
No, it was. I think it was like the Ravens 49ers Super Bowl. And
I was in Vegas for that Super Bowl.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, I was at the party being a jerk. Every time they punted, I was like, yes.
Yeah, no points.
Everyone was like, will you shut up, dude?
So we welcome everybody that is coming into the stream here tonight. Again, we'll get your start-sit questions answered. We'll get you guys ready for tonight's Thursday night football matchup. Of course, we'll talk about some showdown slate for DFS. If you have any bets or prop questions for us, feel free to throw them in the chat. But, of course, you also see on the screen right here, got a little better cast going for tonight's game here. So you want to scan that QR code that is on the screen or click the link that's in the description here for your iTunes or Google Play Store. Download the free BetterCast app. Answer your pregame questions now. Get those points early because you're already going to be ahead of the field. Those of you who hop into the BetterCast app when the game starts, they already missed all the pregame questions. You're ahead of them when it comes to points scored. You turn those points into tickets, turn those tickets into awesome memorabilia, signed jerseys, mini helmets, you name it, in the BetterCast store there. So, again, download the free BetterCast app. Coop's got it open right there in your iTunes and Google Play Store. Hang out with us in the chat, answer questions during the game, have an opportunity to win some really cool prizes here. So go ahead, download there, Coop.
A little spoiler for you guys. I know Howard on Monday did the Bendercast, the Jetstacular. Well, that game didn't really go his way. So today he decided he's just going to pop in and do some stuff anyway. He wants a redemption. So, we'll all be hanging out in the chat, but I guess Bender during some commercials is going to pop on, say a little what up. So a little special treat for you guys. Howard Bender in the house. Yeah.
Howard Bender popping into the chat today. Download it so you don't miss that. Get a chance to talk to the Roto Buzz guy himself. Coop, let's get to some of these questions here. The chat's already popping, and we got a lot of people in week 10 already. Is it crazy to think that fantasy football playoffs for some 4 weeks away, 5 weeks away?
That's what I'm saying.
Trade deadlines are coming up for some leagues. It's a wild time.
We got to cherish these games, bro. I would wait till March, bro. We'll be begging for this game. That's when we're begging for any scrap of free agency news, dude. We got to cherish these games.
I'll be eyes deep in fantasy baseball content by that point, but we got some fantasy football questions to get to. Ann already said, what's up? We got that. What's up, man? Look forward to your cues today. Sean in the chat wants to know, would you drop Quentin Johnson for Miles Sanders? I would not.
No. So recent quotes, man. One of the reporters actually asked about Josh Palmer. They go, well, what's the story with him? And Brandon Staley said something very telling. He goes, he's definitely going to miss 4 because he's on IR. But after that, we don't know. And the person was like, are we going to see him again this season? And Brandon Staley said, no expectations. That does not sound good to me, John.
Yeah,
that sounds like
he tried to play through that injury. We were all stunned that he was active.
Crazy.
And then he ends up hurting himself and seemingly done himself worse. So, no, definitely play Quentin Johnson. And Coop, obviously, Keenan Allen does stand in the way of Quentin Johnson, and so does Austin Eckler. This isn't the same Amon-Ra St. Brown analogy, but guys are falling in front of Quentin Johnson here, creating the opportunities for him to get on the field with a pretty good passing offense.
And I just want to add, last week, literally the worst possible setup for Quentin Johnson, because the Jets play 70% of their snaps are zone, and Sauce Gardner and DJ Reed have combined for 2 slot snaps all year. So they just sit outside in zone and force everything over the middle. Couldn't have been a worse setup for Quentin Johnson, and they still threw it to him a few times. He made a couple catches. So, you're not going to get a worse matchup than that, and he was still involved. So I think Quentin Johnson down the stretch has no choice but to be involved. They're not going to go to Darius Davis outside of kick returns and stuff. Gerald Everett is still just Gerald Everett. So QJ, he's going to be involved.
Yep. First round pick. Got to use some value there on him. Our guy Daytona here. Which defense should I start? Jags or Chargers here this week? You're pulling up the matchups right now.
In what world can you start the Chargers defense?
I know. Chargers against the Lions. Lions come off of a bye. Jacksonville here at home against San Francisco. Both teams coming off of a bye.
Trent Williams, I don't know if he practiced today. Somebody in the chat, if you saw that, I was looking for the information, couldn't find it, but I don't think Trent Williams is practicing. And, Josh Allen, the Jags can at least get at the quarterback a little bit.
Chargers can get out the Khalil Mack, Joey Bosa. I'll tell you this. I'm going to go Chargers at home against Detroit here. Detroit, Jared Goff's historic road numbers have not been good. And I'm going to go in that direction here. Give me the Chargers pass rush.
Joe, it's been a while since we disagreed. This might be our get a harpoon bet, pretzel bet on this one.
Deebo Samuel's a full participant today. I mean, come on. The 49ers offense is getting healthier. I will gladly meet you at Harpoon for a pretzel, Coop.
Pretzel and a beer. That's the bet. Pretzel and a beer at Harpoon. I got the Jags defense, and you got the Chargers defense. Regular defense scoring. All right.
Neither of us are losing that bet though, because we get to go to Harpoon.
That's right. That's a little trick of mine. Yeah. Then we turn to the girls and we're like, hey, we have to go. We have to settle this bet. Yeah.
All right. Elliot wants to know full PPR DJ Moore or Noah Brown.
So Noah Brown we liked last week specifically because of that matchup. This week with DJ Moore, this Panthers secondary is all banged up. You've already had Jeremy Chin and JC Horn on IR. They got another guy missing tonight. Now his name escapes me. Von Bell's been banged up, and also the DJ
Brian Burns, which is obviously
no Brian
best
Burns
pass rusher. So
right, and you got the DJ Moore revenge game narrative. So I'm going DJ Moore.
Yeah, full inactives here. Brian Burns, CJ Henderson. You've already mentioned the other guys that are out there.
CJ Henderson's the guy I was trying to think of.
Yeah,
that's the name I was thinking
of. So Chuba said they're both on the waiver wire. I think we told Sean to go with QJ there. So
QJ, yeah.
Let's see. Starting Foreman over Barkley because I'm scared of DeVito in Dallas. Am I crazy? Probably not, honestly.
Not crazy. If you look at the rushing plus reception total over on DraftKings for Donta Foreman, it's set at like 73.5 yards. So I don't know. I might be willing to bet the under on that, but still like pretty good line.
There's a 40-0 game opening week for the Dallas Cowboys against the New York Giants, and that's when the Giants were healthy.
The spread is 17.5.
Yeah, I'm gonna go play Foreman tonight, and it's a sad scene there. Matt Barkley could be making a spot there for the Giants this week.
Don't skip Sean's comment. I'm excited for this game too. Let's go, baby! Thursday night football.
Blinders on, Coop. I'm just saying.
No, dude, no blinders here, man. I'm putting the Hawaii. No, these are the Miami game shades on, baby. Let's go.
All right. Ann's got a fab question for McBride. What are your thoughts? Savvy League. I'm not even sure what a Savvy League is.
Yeah, I mean, my rule of thumb is
Savvy League, I think he's saying.
yeah,
Got it.
my rule of thumb, Ann, is that if the player goes directly into my lineup, I spend no less than 20% of my budget because there are very few instances where that happens, where there's a player that you're going to start that week. So I'm willing to go 20% or more. If he's going to be a hot commodity, then drop 20-25 on him. But I will say, how savvy can this league be if Dwayne
still out there?
If Trey McBride's still out there, right? Like he's in a good spot. So yeah, go get him.
Next question here. Would you rather start JSN or George Pickens if you had to pick one? Seattle this week has that matchup. Where are they? Tampa Bay? No,
Washington.
Yeah, they have Washington this week. So obviously we know how bad their secondary is. Thoughts on that spot? Pittsburgh here has a matchup. Where is Pittsburgh? Pittsburgh has the Packers this week at home.
I'm going to start George Pickens just because we know he's a full-time player. JSN last week, those numbers are going to trick some people because the game script called for them to be playing from behind. They went 11 personnel early and often. So he actually ran like as many routes as DK and Lockett. But in normal game script, he comes out for all the 2 wide receiver sets, and he's not a full-time player. So it's still Pickens over JSN.
Yep, that one works for me here as well. Foreman or Javonte this week?
John, I have to recuse myself. I've gone like full the other way on Javonte. I'm so in on Javonte now. What do you think, John?
I mean, it's against Buffalo. We've talked about it. The way to attack Buffalo these days have been through the air, not necessarily running the football, but if they're behind, they could throw to him. He did play really well, more snaps than he saw any other week before their bye week. So, I think for this week, I'm still going to go Foreman, but I think long-term Javonte could be turning a corner here for us.
If it's full PPR, maybe Javonte, but if it's half or standard, then Foreman is very, very safe.
Okay. And I want to know Minshew, Carr, or Watson need 2. Not gonna do Watson this week against Baltimore. So give me Carr and Minshew in those 2 spots. Chad wants to know.
Carr would be so much if Taysom wasn't stealing those goal line plays. Carr would be so much better, man.
I 100% agree with you. 1 point PPR, Deontay, Cook, Tank Dell, Tyler Lockett. Definitely playing Deontay.
Yes.
Maybe Tyler Lockett here? You like Lockett this week?
I like Lockett, yeah. Against Washington, for sure.
Yeah. Go Deontay and Lockett. Tank Dell's pretty good, but I'm going to go with the
because of what Washington does, they like force these crazy game scripts. They just throw the whole game. They drop back to pass the entire time. Mm-hmm. It's great. It's great for fantasy.
Justice wants to know, are you flexing Hubbard or Addison here?
I'm really worried about Addison. I wanted to get your take on that, actually, John, because I was talking to Howard about it, and we had a few questions earlier today, and I had a hard time pulling the trigger on Addison. Dobbs still has to learn the playbook, and he's going to get Marshawn Lattimore. I really kind of scares me a little bit.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm probably not going to fade that spot for Addison this week as well. I'm not really concerned about Dobbs learning the playbook because he actually said, he knew the playbook. He told the coaches, right. I know these plays. I have the calls. No big deal.
He's a rocket scientist.
Led them to a win. So I don't think, again, he's a NASA rocket scientist, right? Not really concerned about him learning the playbook, but it's not a great matchup against the Saints. So Hubbard for me.
All right. He's a genius.
He's literally a genius. Not even an exaggeration.
So was Ryan Fitzpatrick. Ryan Fitzpatrick went to Harvard and he got a 48 on the win.
Ryan Fitzpatrick was a really good quarterback in the NFL. Played for a very long time.
It's so funny to think about that he was he was a literal genius, but the way he played was still close your eyes and chuck it downfield.
Yeah, the last of the old style. Agreed. DJ Moore, McLaurin, Deontay, Addison, Lockett. Need 2 for a PPR. I still like Deontay Johnson here. Maybe McLaurin versus Lockett's now the decision we made.
I think even with the narrative from DJ Moore, I think I'm going to start McLaurin.
Yeah.
And McLaurin's been pretty good.
Yeah, and nobody's throwing more than the Commanders are. So
not even close.
Murray back or Howell at QB? Oh, Kyler or Howell at QB this week?
What do you think, John? What do you think, dude?
I mean, the FOMO says play Kyler Murray at home against Atlanta. But again, Sam Howell throws 40-plus times a game.
The smart play is Howell.
Yeah, the safe and smart play is Howell. If you like some risk and excitement, like Kyler Murray.
Howell has dropped back 46 more times than any other quarterback. That's literally an extra game.
Yep, I'm with you there. Brad wants to know, would you trade Mostert and Jefferson for Henry and Ayuk? I'm at 4 and 5, need to win now. My wide receivers are Kupp, Cooper, and Brown. I'm going to do that deal, Coop, because again, they said today After they activated Justin Jefferson, everybody's like, "Ooh, maybe he'll come back. He'll come back." He came out and says, like, "Yeah, I don't know yet. Like, I'm still not even really able to like fully, full go yet. So we don't know if Jefferson's going to be back. We know Devin Achane is coming back, so Mostert's value gets hit. I'd take Henry and Ayuk here.
Right. And the thing is that they're banking on with the, so it's like he doesn't play this week, and then you have 2 weeks to activate him. But like technically, they have another 4 weeks, because if it gets to the third week, right, then you just activate him and then you go into the bye week, and then he's good. He gets another week to rest, right? So it's like there's really no risk of them having to make a decision where he's just out for the year, unless they lose all 3 of these games and then just say, hey, you know what? Well, I guess we won't risk it. We'll just go into next year. So it's the whole window thing for him when they have the bye week mixed in there isn't that big a deal.
Trevor or Sam. So Howell or Lawrence, probably going to go.
I'm starting Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, it's probably Trevor Lawrence at home off the bye. I'll give him a benefit of a doubt against the 49ers. Then Herbert or Howell, I'd probably go Herbert there as well.
Yeah, still, Herbert.
Again, I like Sam Howell, but I'm not going to probably play him.
The over-under for that Chargers-Detroit game is like 48.
Yeah. I worry that Montgomery's back, and they're just going to run the ball 35 times, because that's how you beat the Chargers. So you don't get sacked if you run the football, right? So
the Chargers can still throw it on when they get the ball.
Yep. Let's see. Where we go?
What up, Kangas? We gotta say what up to Kangas. You gotta say what up to everybody in the chat.
Well, say what up to him verbally. I'm just over here. He's got a whole bunch of questions. We'll talk to him when we get to his questions.
It doesn't have to be all business. We can have some fun here.
Given. We got full PBR, flex, Ridley, Devontae Adams, Cook, and Jacoby.
Just one player? Yeah.
He wants to. So he's probably thinking Devontae Adams is the given, but
no. Not against the Jets. I think it's Ridley.
I think Ridley's probably where I'm going to go there as well. I don't. It's hard to trust James Cook because I don't know what's going on with that situation there. Obviously, you can run all over Denver, but go Calvin Ridley here this week. Give it a go. Baker wants to know, Craig wants to know Mayfield or Bryce Young with the Grimace Gang here.
Shout out Grimace Gang, baby. Where's my Grimace mug? What the heck? Did I get robbed?
Yeah, I'll go Baker Mayfield here.
Yeah, Baker. That's what they would steal first, my Grimace mug.
Your Grimace mug. What's up, Kangas, man? How we doing? See, that's how you do it.
Dude, that was the most disingenuous hello. Kangas, what up, brother?
Carr Watson.
I think he was answering Ann's question.
Oh, he's answering Ann. Okay. I was like, geez.
Yeah, he's helping us out in the chat.
Oh, he's helping us out. Thanks. Yeah, we'll have him be the moderator for the chat. That works too.
Boy. Yeah. Kick out anybody that dogs Evan Ingram or Dalton Kincaid.
Foreman or Barkley in a non-PPR?
Foreman. Non-PPR?
Yeah, you got to play Foreman, unfortunately.
That's his format, dude.
Let's see. Do you think Foreman? How do I think you? Well, I bet the over on his rushing yards tonight. So hopefully,
And it's set at like 62, John. So
62.5. I think I saw.
It will take that for sure.
Yeah. Addison or Amari for against Baltimore. I still have to.
Yeah, I think he's still rolling Amari. It's a tough matchup for him, but Watson's been throwing the ball well last week at least. Man, he had some nice throws.
Agreed. Next cue down here. Sean wants to know Kyler or Lamar.
Lamar, dude, got him.
Yeah.
Tough matchup still, but
I don't know about Cleveland, but again, you don't know what Kyler is going to do.
We don't know what he's going to do. We missed Elliot's question.
Did I? Oh, there we go. Full flex PPR, Madison, Downs, or Cook. Obviously, no Akers cutting into Madison anymore.
Yeah, it's Madison.
Madison, yeah. Again, Cook, I could see going Cooks, but Madison's going to get all the touches here. So
is Josh Downs even going to play? Is he?
Yeah, my problem is Madison has to run up against the Saints.
Yeah, so. Downs didn't. Yeah, it is a bad matchup, but he's going to get all the touches. We don't even know with Cook. A lot of high leverage touches are going to Latavius Murray, both in the pass game and the goal line. And Josh Downs didn't practice again today. And last week he tried to play and then left the game, which makes me a little nervous about starting Josh Downs.
Agreed. Next question here that we have. This is the Kyler Lamar one. We're still going to do Lamar.
Mm-hmm.
Stroud or Herbert? Full PPR?
It's still Herbert for me, man. It's Herbert with the matchup.
I want to see Stroud do it on the road. Look at the 2 road starts for Stroud this year. They've been trash.
Good matchups for both guys, though. Those are fun games, man.
Yeah, agreed. Would you hold off on Kyler? James Conner might be coming back this week. Arizona release. Listen, I have no problem playing Kyler and Conner if that's what you have. I think both of those two are going to work in tandem together. There's going to be a lot of volume going James Conner's way. And they already said, like, Kyler Murray should be full go mobility-wise. If he's going to run around and do his thing, that's great. Atlanta, we think has a pretty decent defense, but they're on the road here. So, Kyler's exciting what he can be. I'm just a little iffy based off the year plus that he's missed now. I'd play James Conner right away, though. I have no problem playing James Conner here.
Who did the Cardinals release? I didn't see anything.
Tony Jones Jr. Nobody. But it opens a spot on their roster.
Does he go to the Saints or does he go to the Broncos? That's the real question.
Yeah, floats around there for a little bit. Sean wants to know, he was going to play Addison. We're not high. We just start London or JSN over him. I'd play London over him, assuming London's in this week. Is he practicing, Coop?
Mm-hmm. He's playing the Cardinals, so I think London's good. He's good to go.
Yep, agreed. Elliot here, full PPR. Kincaid, Cook, Harris, Noah Brown, George Pickens, flex PPR.
Just one.
Najee, Kincaid, Cook.
I'm going to start Dalton Kincaid, man. I mean, Dalton Kincaid has been averaging 8.3 targets last 3 games with Dawson Knox out, and he's catching 90% of them. He's getting 8 targets, catching all of them. Hard to argue with that. Agreed. And he gets the Broncos, bottom 5 matchup for bottom 5 team versus tight end. So
100%.
Everything good.
Chad wants to know Lawrence or Howell. We did go Lawrence in this one, but again, Howell throws so much. Justice Hill or Roshan for Kangas, man.
Yeah, I think
Pete Mitchell kind of throws a little wrench into the Justice Hill.
The third man wrench, right? I go Roshan.
Yeah, there you go, Roshan for me as well. Paul wants to know Gabe Davis or Amari Cooper. I'm going to go Amari. Even in standard, I'm still going to go Amari here.
Gabe Davis is he's like slow Rashid Shaheed now. Like he's going to score touchdowns, but when Gabe Davis is oddly much better at home than he is on the road, but is that even a split that we can depend on, John? Is that meaningful split for a wide receiver?
I don't think so.
Me neither.
No. Ian wants to know, can we consider Chig now that Levis is there?
I like Chig this week. I got him in the DFS article. I like him mostly because, all right, so just like last week, we had David Njoku, and I said Yahoo has this guy completely mispriced, priced at $11 when the bare minimum's 10. Njoku obviously scores a touchdown. They have Chig priced at $10, which is the bare minimum. That's $2,500 on DraftKings. FanDuel has him as 8% of your budget, and on Yahoo, that's 5% of the budget. So everybody, if you play DFS on Yahoo, they're not sponsors. Go over there, and if you do play over there, make a lineup with Chig.
100% agree with you. I've been doing some NBA DFS over on Yahoo. Love their format. Again, not sponsored, just like the product. And Coop, there's a lot of overlay over there as well. They don't fill those contests. So
yeah, we used to have a promo code with Yahoo. Anyone at Yahoo, if you're listening, you know what I mean? Not today.
Ferguson or Kincaid for Myra here.
Kincaid, dude. I almost ranked Kincaid at 1 this week. I ranked Laporta at 1 because he's been more consistent and he's got the matchup. And then I still technically have Mark Andrews ahead. Even with the bad matchup, Mark Andrews had 80 and 2 touchdowns last time he played the Browns. But I've Kincaid at 3. He's a top 3 minimum tight end this week. And there's arguments to be made that he should be 2 or 1.
Agreed. Nicole, what's up? She wants to know Connor plays. I'm starting him, but I also have Miles Sanders, A.J. Dillon, Roshan Johnson, Zach Charbonnet. I also have Kenneth Gainwell. Would need to drop one, activate one. So who are you dropping to activate Connor? Because we're definitely playing Connor over that group here.
Drop Gainwell. Gainwell is only getting a sliver of the pass work, not even all of it.
And he just score touchdowns in back-to-back weeks. I think it's messing with some people, but
it is messing with people. Yeah. So you can drop Gainwell, and if I'm going to start somebody, even with Walker playing, I like Charbonnet because Walker's and the Walker has a chest injury, so like that stuff. That's the chest and rib stuff is exactly kind of the workload management injury where they'll use him where they have to, but anytime they can use another guy and let the load off him, they will, because that's like a pain tolerance thing when it's not a broken bone and it's like the cartilage. So Walker, they're going to give him as many breaks as they can.
Agreed. 100%. And yeah, I'm excited to see what's going on with Charbonnet. Second half, maybe they're going to start to break out here. Angus Man still doing us some favor here, answering some questions. He thanked you for the acknowledgement. He says, I'm always a classy guy. You're welcome.
Yeah, he's truly Kangas. Family, lifetime member, and
always
and a friend.
He finally came to the light on his Browns. It's all great. Listen, we've been touting Browns defense a lot, so we can't dog him on the Browns right now. Metcalf, Moore, JSN, Hunt, Foreman, Charbonnet needs a running back, 2 wide receivers on a flex.
Metcalf. Well, do we agree on the Stroud or Burrow call?
Did we miss that question?
Well, Kangas answered in the chat, but
No.
so Kangas answered we're going to answer all of them anyway if Kangas answers them. So
Burrow
we
for
had
me.
Burrow for me as well.
Actually, T. Higgins missing time. Okay, figure out if all the Cincy wide receivers are at full health, then go Cincy. If they're not, play Stroud.
Yeah, because Chase also dealing with a little bit of a back
and
issue.
Houston's getting Stingley Jr. back, so that's a big piece of their defensive backfield.
Yeah, if the Bengals are both playing, then it's Burrow.
Yes, if Chase and Higgins are in, it's Burrow. Otherwise, it's Stroud. Yep.
Yep. And Chad, it's Laporta, and try to get Kincaid in the flex if you can, man.
Yeah. Metcalf, Moore, JSN, Hunt, Foreman, Charbonnet needed a running back, 2 wide receivers in a flex.
Running back, 2 wide receivers in a flex. So bench 1.
Yeah.
It's 4. He named bench 2. Okay, so I'm definitely starting Metcalf and DJ Moore. So from there, I'm going to start Foreman and one more player, John, which would probably be JSN.
Yeah, gonna say JSN here.
Yep,
that's where I'm at. Dynasty traded for Diggs, Amari Cooper, a 3rd and a 4th for Olave, Higgins, and a 1st. You're a Dynasty guy, Coop. What do you think?
We actually talked about this one earlier today. I remember this question, and I remember that your team is 6-3. So I actually would have wanted to be on the Diggs and Amari side, but sometimes these risks pan out where Olave and Higgins could be better rest of season than Diggs and Amari, in which case you basically just traded a 3rd and 4th for a 1st. So it's a risky move. This is a move that I would do if I was 3-6, not 6-3, Del Guitar. But again, you also want to check out the team you traded with. Did you just make the team you traded with a team that's better than your team? Those are my concerns, but it's an even trade. I think it's an even trade.
Yep, agreed with you there. Sean wants to know, he's an Eagles fan. He's telling us about his Eagles thing. Decent 3rd down, bit of pass protection, and says she'll see us in the Better Cast chat. So make sure everybody goes and checks out the Better Cast here this evening. Again, you can scan that QR code right now on the screen to download the free Better Cast app. Hang out with Ann, hang out with us, hang out with Howard Bender, answer some questions, win some cool prizes. Free to download, free to play. So check it out today, or click the links in the description for your iTunes and Google Play Store. Right. Moving our way down the questions list here. Prop question. Let's go.
Prop.
Sanders for a TD tonight, splitting a load with Hubbard, maybe a small goal line score. He's not really splitting the load, though. He played like 20% of snaps last week. I bet the payout's probably a little decent there on a Sanders touchdown tonight. What are your thoughts, Coop?
If you like Miles Sanders, then where I would put my money is, I know it's a tough line. It's -140, but I'd put my money on over 1.5 receptions. That's where he was involved last week. They were trying to get him screens, trying to get him some passes in space. I bet he does have the 2 receptions, but it just sucks that that's -140. I don't see any alt lines for receptions, unfortunately, because I would bet.
Was it 2.5, 1.5?
I would bet. So it's 1.5, but it's -140. If there was an alt reception line that was like 2.5 receptions, closer to even money, then I would much rather do that. But I don't know. I guess you could pile money on it -140 or throw it in a parlay. I mean, there's all sorts of like bonus parlays and stuff and boosts and what have you. So that's where I wouldn't bet on the score. I'd bet on the receptions.
Agreed. Little bro wants to know pick 2 in a flex. Watson, Hill, Chuba, or Thomas. The Taysom Hill experience has to be taken into consideration here, Coop.
In the flex. Wow.
I mean, Michael Thomas had 1 target last week. Christian Watson is always banged up. I'm definitely playing Chuba.
It's Taysom and Chuba. It's Taysom and Chuba, man.
It is.
I just hate it, dude. The crazy thing about Taysom is that I was like looking at it, and they only have 2 touchdowns from farther than 20 yards. They were both Rashid Shaheed, obviously.
Yeah.
Every other touchdown, they've been like dink and dunk to Kamara and dink and dunk to Olave and Michael Thomas. And once they get in the red zone, then it's Taysom's show. So the only enemy of Taysom Hill is Rashid Shaheed.
Agreed.
He's the only one that can protect us.
Russ here wants to know, Roschon, Charbonnet, Zay Jones needs to drop one. Zay Jones expected to return this week, come out of the bye.
I can't drop Charbonnet right now. I think I'll drop Roschon with Khalil Herbert on the verge of returning.
Yeah, that's where I'm at too. I mean, they probably move Foreman back but I think Khalil Herbert just takes over the backfield.
And I would say, Russ, I would say check your settings real quick on if you're on Sleeper or Yahoo. Some leagues allow you to drop guys from your bench after they played. Check your settings. If there's a little thing right in the settings that says whether or not it's been turned on or not. If you have that, then just wait and see what Roshan does tonight and then drop.
Agreed. Let's see. Pat wants to know Hubbard and Njoku for a full point PPR. I'm going to go Hubbard. Njoku versus Baltimore? Probably not a thing for me here.
No. He's actually, I wasn't thinking, I don't know why it wasn't registering with me. I have Njoku in my fade section in my DFS article, which is up now.
Nice. Go check all of our DFS content out there. Right? Quarterback coach, I wrote that. Running back coach by Justin Vreeland. Wide receiver coach by Colby Conway. Tight end coach by Coop. And defense coach by Dan Malin. All available to get you guys ready for week 10. Nicole wants to know if need 3 in a full PPR. Pickens, Flowers, Dell, or Sutton. Right now she is sitting Sutton. So I guess would you play Sutton over Pickens, Flowers, or Dell here, Coop?
No. I would consider over Flowers, to be honest, against the Browns.
Yeah. Yep, I think I would too. I'd play Sutton this again. You can attack this Buffalo secondary right now. So give me Sutton over Flowers. I'm with you on that one. The Browns defense is good, and Lamar Jackson 11 and 12 fantasy points the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, we got like Zay Flowers early in the year. He started off hot with 9 receptions and then 4 and 8. As of late, man, he's been rough, dude. Last 2 weeks, 11 yards, 19 yards. I don't know.
We get official word on Higgins being out. Kangas been saying Higgins is out.
Is he out?
I don't remember seeing an official determination on that. I got an update that he missed practice. So we'll see. Has Shefty tweeted it yet? If not, I'll wait for the Shefty.
Hamstring. NFL.com saying expected to miss week 10. So
all right, expected to miss. So there you go. Tyler Boyd season may be on the go.
There you go.
Or who's the other one there?
Trenton Irwin season is up and running.
Bettercast got the prop for Thielen tonight, 67.5 receiving yards. Coop. I like the over 6.5 receptions on Adam Thielen here tonight, but how are you feeling about the yards?
Yeah, in the better, that's the beautiful thing is if I was going to bet with like a sports book, I wouldn't bet this one at all. But in Bettercast, it's free, right? Like you go in, you get to answer all the props for free, and you get points that can be redeemed for prizes, right? Like my sister,
you got to get them right though. So
truly, yeah, but it's still free, so you just pick them anyway. I'm going to pick the over on this one because I think he's involved a lot. But I'll tell you right now, my sister from Better Sports Network has a Ricky Williams jersey autographed sitting in the bar.
Yep.
As a Dolphins fan because of this stuff, man, and it's free. And so why not get in there and get involved, have a little fun, do some picks that we're going to do anyway, right? It's not like you're betting money on it. So get in there, have some fun. And we hang out and talk about the game in there too. So that's cool too.
Agreed. Scan that QR code, click the links in the description to download the Bettercast app for free.
Yep.
All right, next question. Where are we at?
Andrew Nordmeyer.
Andrew, a dynasty trade again, Cooper. I'll leave this one for you. Send Hawk for Olave and a 24-second.
Oh yeah, if you got Laporta, then for sure, do it up, man.
Right?
I love that, dude. I'm always willing,
right?
Right. And if you follow me on Twitter, my suggestion is always this: we pay more attention than anyone else to the tight end position. We're trying to get as many advantages as possible. So I am always in favor of trading away the tight ends because we'll just find more. You know what I mean?
You'll find the next. We'll have Jake Budd on our show. He'll tell us the next tight end to draft, and we'll nail it out of the park, right?
So don't worry about it, dude. Yeah, trade those tight ends away. We'll figure it out.
That was wide receivers. Our DGM, I think there's a follow-up question somewhere.
Yep. Yeah.
All right. Oh, that was the trade. Second part of the trade question there.
Second part of the trade.
Am I crazy to start Kmet over Lockett, Cook, and London? I would say probably, but what do you think, Coop?
Probably. I'd be a little more worried if Brian Burrs was playing because I doubt Kmet stays into blocking a bunch of pass plays, but still a low A-dot player, and you're kind of
the volume is obviously super appealing right now. So
you just start Lockett against Washington, though.
Yeah, again, I like Lockett and I like London, even against Atlanta. Arizona here this week. Yeah. So I just feels riskier because you're gonna trust Bagent. I don't know.
Ask yourself, James. Ask yourself if Cole Kmet wasn't playing tonight, would this even be a question?
Agreed.
And I think the answer is no.
Agreed. Dull Guitar wants to know, projecting him to be a 1.4. I don't know what this means. So wide receiver 1, 2, Amon, Puka, 3 flex.
That was a trade earlier.
Oh, okay. See, all these two-part trades are throwing me off here. Pope wants to know flex, Gabe Davis or Addison.
Or Keaton Mitchell.
Keaton Mitchell need one.
Probably Gabe Davis, right?
Yeah. Probably.
It's the Broncos.
Yeah.
I'm really worried about Addison.
Chad wants to know if we're good on Laporta. Okay, guys, if Laporta as a tight end, then Kincaid or Lockett. Is this another two-part question?
In full PPR, it's Kincaid. Full PPR, it's Kincaid. If it's standard or half, then probably Lockett.
Okay. Here's a trade from Pope. Trade AJ Brown. Tough schedule for DJ and Godwin was vetoed, but guy was really thin. So traded AJ Brown for DJ Moore and Chris Godwin. And they vetoed that. I hate vetoing trades personally. That's not my style of fantasy league. So
that's silly. I hate that, dude. You should be able to. You should be able to do 2-for-1 trades and stuff. Especially if that dude is thin at wide receiver. If that guy loses his next matchup, so that's what I do, Pope. Keep track of whether that other guy would have won his next matchup or lost because of that trade being vetoed, and just rub it in their face. Be like, you guys just made, like, say you're trading with your buddy Pete. Be like, you guys just made Pete lose. Like now Pete, right? Like now Pete's out. Like I hope you guys are proud of yourselves, right? Because I've seen that a million times where teams have bye weeks and stuff, and they have 5 or 6 losses, and if they lose again, their season's over. It's like you have to let those people trade. You have to let those people trade. What are you just gonna say? Sorry, B, your season's over.
You're stuck with AJ Brown and some guy that doesn't play.
Right, exactly. No, I hate that, dude. Vetoes are dumb. You can only veto trades if it's collusion, dude. If you can prove collusion, then veto the trade. If you're basically telling this guy he's too stupid to trade, then what you should be doing is replacing him in the league.
What you're also doing when you veto trades is you're just worried that the guy getting the player is going to beat you. So it's also selfish in that, because obviously they don't want you to get AJ Brown because you're probably contending. So they're like, oh, we can't let him get the player. That's stupid. Don't ever veto. If you're in a league with vetoes, change it.
We could get in the psychology of it. For you talking psychology of it all day. It's just like, don't have vetoes ever at all. Yep. Stupid.
Agreed.
Have better friends.
Trade Swift since they have a tough schedule after the bye. Well, Fantasy Joe, let us know what you're trading them for.
Yeah, let us know what the trade is.
Tough schedule after the bye, but it's still the Eagles' offense is expected to score a lot of points. So
exactly. John, have you seen the story? John Runyon said that he basically said that a memo went out, right? That he's actually heard and has some evidence that a memo went out to refs, basically saying on QB sneaks, particularly like the tush push plays, if any lineman is even close to the line of scrimmage, then throw a flag and call offsides. And Runyon said that he's lined up in the same spot every single time since he's been in the league. And last week they got called for 2 neutral zone infractions, offsides essentially, because he lined up too close to the line of scrimmage. And he says there's a memo that went out to referees trying to put an end to this QB sneak business. It's kind of crazy.
I didn't see that. So what do you mean that he's too close to the line of scrimmage? Like he's leaning too far over the ball?
Right. So he basically says that
he's in the neutral zone is what you're saying.
He's getting in the neutral zone, and he said they never call it, and then they called it twice this week. So he asked around, and somebody told him that there was even a video, they send out a memo every week of to refs and officials and stuff, and there was a video being if anyone lines up like this on a QB sneak, throw the flag, and they're basically trying to stop the QB sneak from being too much of an automatic play.
I'll say this: one of the most impressive things I've seen. There are teams that try to do this tush push and they barely gain the yard that they need. And then last week, the Eagles were basically on their own 1 yard line and gained 6 yards on the QB. They're the best by a mile at this play here.
Now they have the counter that they've run, right? They ran the counter out of it to Swift and got 8 yards.
You saw the college play where they faked the tush push and actually did the pass where they all went down and a guy broke out from behind it. The whole defense collapsed thinking they were going to do the 1 yard punch. I had an 80-yard touchdown on it.
Oh, I did not see that.
He faked the QB sneak. A guy snuck around while the whole defense collapsed in, threw a touchdown pass against it.
Fake tush push.
I'm waiting for the eventual play to make its way to the NFL here. So, guys, if you have any more questions here, feel free to again throw them our way. We're here to help you guys out, whether it be start sits, DFS, prop bets. Here we have a great opportunity for everybody here, Coop, right now over at Sleeper Fantasy. You can scan that QR code here on the screen or go to fantasyalarm.com/sleeper on your mobile devices. Use promo code VAULT3. You'll get a $100 deposit, up to a $100 deposit match bonus there with Sleeper HQ picks. They have some awesome projections out there that you can create plays with. Coop and I gave out some of our favorite plays on the Quick Out Fantasy Show. I believe you had Hayden Hurst reception.
I hate Hayden Hurst. I hate Hayden Hurst, but Steven Sullivan's banged up, and you can throw to the tight end on the Bears. So I'm not saying that Hayden Hurst is going to go out and have an amazing game. The number is set at 14.5 yards, which is basically 3 catches. So I'm going with more on that. And then you had Montez
Sweat more than half a sack. I looked around some other places, Coop. That's now up to 0.75. So it's inching closer and closer to the fact that he's going to get a sack here tonight. Bryce Young's been sacked 14 times over the last 3 weeks. Rookie quarterbacks known for taking the hits. So I like getting Sweat here, getting that half a sack over on Sleeper Fantasy HQ here tonight. So again, you can scan that QR code if you haven't already. I know a lot of you already play on Sleeper Fantasy for your fantasy football leagues. So why not go check out their picks plays there over on their app. You can download if you already have the app downloaded, scan the QR code there, sign up, fill out all the information you need. Use Vault3. When you make that deposit, you'll get that deposit match up to $100.
Yeah, I have a ton of leagues over there, and I didn't know that this was a new thing. So we go in and checked it out.
And they have a lot more cool things too. Britt Flynn's going to be doing on her show some daily drafts that they have there as well. So some snake daily drafts, a little new like DFS format that they have. So a lot of cool things happening over at Sleeper right now. So get involved. Go to fantasyfarm.com/sleeper. We're putting out Sleeper Picks articles every single day for the NBA and the NFL right now. So go check those out. And again, you can scan that QR code to take advantage of our offer with promo code VAULT3 right there. Some additional questions are popping in here, Coop. Let's see. Where did we go? Maybe just comments.
A lot of thanks. There is one question down at the bottom there. But also, on the Sleeper thing, it's only mobile.
Only mobile,
so I made that mistake. It's only mobile right now. It's brand new. Super cool, though. Check that out. But yeah. So
and it's not a second app. It's the same app you already have. But when you click the little dollar symbol button on the middle of your phone, it takes you over to their picks section there. So if you scan that QR code, you'll get that promo code already locked in there. Or if you enter it in manually, again, Vault3 to get the deposit match. I think we got the DBQ here, right, for the defense?
Yeah, that's
Bears or Colts?
Kangas says it right again in the chat. It's Colts, man. It's I know that there's sacks available here, but I think Tyson Bagent is just a mistake waiting to happen here.
Okay.
I know there's no Brian Burns, but I still think the Colts are better. Oh, sorry. Oh, Colts against Patriots. Oh yeah, Colts. Sorry, Colts against Patriots.
Yeah, Colts against the Patriots. I have no faith in the Patriots. I honestly said take the under in that game. I don't think the Patriots are going to score many points. So now that no Trent Brown, no Devontae Parker, not great things there for the Patriots offense. Chad wants to know trade offer for Jefferson, Jacobs, and Pitts for Hill, Kincaid, and Connor. What are you getting? If you're trading Justin Jefferson, yes, get Hill, Kincaid, and Connor for me.
For sure, dude.
That's a steal. If you are getting Jefferson, pass. Do not do that deal.
Yep, I'm in on that.
I think you're getting the 3 best players in that trade. If you're getting Tyreek Hill, Dalton Kincaid, and James Conner, so I'm in there. Charlie says, thanks for the advice. And Deontay last week, I was going to start him to flex, made the difference. Yeah, dude, Deontay Johnson's an absolute stud. So you don't need to. James Cook over Connor, that's fine. Still like it even with James Cook over Connor. Getting Tyreek Hill and Dalton Kincaid, I think. If you're on that side of the trade, do it.
Yeah, I'm in on that.
Is it crazy to bench Devontae Adams for Devonta Foreman? I don't think I'm going there.
I don't know if I go that far.
I know it's the Jets.
Half or full PPR.
Yeah, let us know. Dell, Moore, or Ridley?
I like DJ Moore. I think I like the revenge game narrative here.
Okay. Kangasman saying the Jefferson side. Why? You don't know when Jefferson's coming back, man. You don't know.
scary stuff.
You
Plus, he's
don't
coming back
know.
to Josh Dobbs. It's like you're going to get a guy coming off an injury with a different quarterback. You're not getting Jefferson. You're getting a percentage of Jefferson.
Charger wants to know who do we like for a captain showdown. We're going to build a lineup
we'll
a little bit later to end the show, but that's coming up quickly here, Coop. So, but what are we doing for a captain for you tonight?
Let's just do it soon. Let's answer this last question and then let's do it.
Perfect. We'll do it right now. We'll answer this question. We'll go to it. Jalen Hurts, CMC, Bijan Jones.
Is that the first Twitch
anything I can do? So this is just a lineup cue from Fantasy God here.
Is this the first Twitch question?
For tonight, yeah.
Where's the Twitch gang been at, dude? You guys are getting You guys getting smoked by the YouTube crew. Twitch, shout out. What's up, gang? Where you been?
What can I do? Not much. Your team looks great.
Yeah, the team looks awesome, dude. I would stick with. I mean, you have.
If you can find a taker for Justin Jefferson, maybe I would try to trade him. Honestly,
you have a top 3 QB. You have a top 3 tight end. You have a top 1 running back. You know what I mean? You have Jefferson and Jamar Chase.
Top 15 running back.
How's it even possible that you got this team? You have Cooper Kupp too. I mean, like that team's just awesome. Just hang out and win. Yeah, I know. Fans got. We see you. You're the only one holding it down for the Twitch gang, dude. First time I've had to bust the Twitch glasses out tonight, dude.
Agreed.
So shout out.
Yeah, Jefferson. Maybe somebody will take Jefferson off of you there and do it. And then Mark wants to know half PPR Adams Foreman. Oh, half PPR for the Adams and Foreman question.
It feels like it's getting too cute, John, but I do kind of like Foreman, man.
I mean, listen, Adams has a tough matchup. You said he's gonna have Sauce Gardner all over him. Aiden O'Connell. That Jets defense is really, really good. It's really, really good. So
Keenan Allen got away with it because he was in the slot, and he
also got that ridiculous 30-yard catch.
Right, it was not even a good throw, and it was like and he still only had 77 yards to be honest. Like
Kangas, you don't know if Jefferson's gonna play. You don't know. He himself said it. I don't know when I'm gonna come back. All right, good. Pull it up. Let's get a lineup out for the folks here.
Okay. Let me just. I will log in.
The exact Justin Jefferson quote.
This time I will log in advance so no one can see my password.
Yes. Don't share your screen until you're already logged in.
I'm logged in. We're good. You can have my identity, dude. Okay, we're in.
Okay,
let's get it up.
I gotta do this. Hold on. Gotta hide the chat. There we go.
Okay. So Thielen, I don't think it's worth it. Sometimes, like when you have a top dog like that, who's like the guy, I think it's worth it to go there. I'm kind of with the revenge game narrative with DJ Moore. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think I'm fine with it. I think that is an interesting spot. I think Chuba Hubbard is also an interesting captain spot here tonight.
Well, let's make one each. One of each. So we'll do DJ Moore for this one, and let's lean into the narrative that there's a good amount of throwing.
Okay. So you want the quarterbacks then?
Yeah, I guess.
Or do you just pick one quarter? So do you think you got both of them in there? I mean, it's bad enough that they could both throw for like 10 fantasy points and be okay. You probably have to go Mingo.
So Mingo is one that is going to be so popular, but I mean, he makes it all work. Like he makes you have to have him because he makes it work. Yeah. Is there anybody down here in the $200 range that even makes sense at all?
Robert Tonyan.
That's always a thought that I mean, it's not. John.
Robert Tonyan's receiving yard prop tonight, Coops, at 5.5. Would you take the over?
Yards?
Yeah.
Nah.
He's gone over like every game of the season, but he catches one ball.
Yeah. But dude, he's not $200. He's $1,400. But I would rather bet him to have one catch than I'd bet him to have a touchdown.
I agree.
Tommy Tremble, is he gonna have a hurdle tonight? Are we getting a Tommy Tremble hurdle game?
I mean, Roshan's probably in play. I still think the kickers are in play as much as you hate them.
So if we go Roshan, we can start. I mean, geez, if we go with the kicker Eddie Pinheiro, we can start. We can start another real player. We can start
Mooney, Cole Kmet. I mean, Cole Kmet's been the target monster, right? So
yeah, Moondog is not. I'm wondering if Moondog, if that high ankle sprain is like, because sometimes these guys really struggle to come back. The big example is Darren McFadden. He had that high ankle sprain, really had a hard time coming back and being himself. So I wonder if maybe Mooney's struggling with that.
Sure. Chad's telling us that that's actually a keeper league. Well, then, yeah, you're still trading away. What was that deal now? Now I got to go back and look. You're still getting Tyreek Hill and Kincaid, though, in that deal, right? So...
Yeah, I don't know. In keeper leagues, I'm gonna what are the keeper rules? Can you just keep anyone you want?
Just keep two.
If you could just keep, but you can keep Tyreek Hill, right?
That's what I'm saying. Keep Tyreek Hill and Dalton Kincaid.
What's the Tyreek Hill is ahead of Jefferson rest of season. So the question is Kincaid, or at the very least, they're equal. So it's Kincaid and James Cook for Jacobs and Pitts. Dude, Pitts has been bad. Straight up.
You don't know what Justin Jefferson's quarterback's going to be for the future.
Right. And Pitts has another bye week coming up.
Yeah. So,
Pitts has a bye week still. I'm on the hill side.
Agreed. Dan saying always nice to start with a real player. I agree.
That's right. All right. So in this
$7,900. You going Komet or Mooney, I guess, right?
Well, do we want Pinheiro or Santos? We can go Santos.
So they kick more. Well, Pinheiro's been getting a lot more opportunities to actually kick field goals, which is why I went in that direction.
Why is he cheaper? Well, let's go Santos in this lineup and Cole Kmet.
Okay.
Because doing that takes Mooney off the table, makes me feel better. All right, so that's this lineup. Let's do a Chuba Hubbard lineup.
Do a Chuba Hubbard captain's lineup.
Let's get tubed up and let us know, chat, if you guys got any ideas, any additions. Let's do it. Schwartz, dude. Schwartz, you give us a player that we use here, then I'll get you a beer when we go to when we do our next trip to Harpoon. How's that sound?
Yeah, dude, Dan, we already got a bet going on. We're going to be getting pretzels and beer at Harpoon anyway, so you're more.
We have to settle this bet. It's what was it again? It was I have
Chargers D versus Jacksonville D.
Those are probably going to be two of the bottom 5 defenses this week. All right, Chuba's in.
Chuba in the captain. Go Foreman. Some ground game going here.
So this is the boring game. This is where we go both kickers.
Boring says you. I would definitely play a kicker though. Yeah.
Should we get Miles Sanders in there as well?
No. Go up. Can we get more? We can probably still get. Oh, we got Thielen. Let's throw Thielen in that lineup. We can't not have a Thielen lineup. Yeah. $6,600. We have 2 Carolina. We need another Chicago. What's Komet at? 66 exactly. $6,600 for a thing. What do you want?
No, there's nothing there.
I go down to Mingo then.
What you want to start with Miles Sanders?
Well, yeah, get rid of Pinheiro. Go Mingo and Komet and see where we're at.
We'll have a ton of money left. So that's the Mingo and Komet.
What's your 82? Yeah, go Mooney.
Yeah, this
we don't have Mooney in the last lineup.
Your lineup sucks, John. No, I'm sure it's gonna be. This is probably the one that it'd be funny if this wins a bunch of money on my account. I'm not even gonna tell you. I'm just.
That's fine. You'll just be laughing while I'm buying you a pretzel or something like that. So.
Buying you a pretzel, I'll be like, "Oh, by the way, remember I said your lineup sucks? I won like $700 on that." Yeah. No, I'll let you'll know. If that lineup hits, you'll know.
Of course, I'll know because you'll tweet it out. You'll tell us to go. This is why you're supposed to tune in to the Thursday Night Football show. Like all these great things. Dan says he'll eat all of Sarah's pretzels. That's fine. Sarah's milking to come.
That's fair.
We're overdue for a Harpoon day, honestly. So,
John, tell everybody about this ridiculous parlay you have tonight. Chat. I want to know what you guys think about this parlay that John has put in.
Hold on, I now have to do my login thing here
because it's like insane. So basically, here's the idea, chat, of what John did here. He's got a no sweat bet where you basically get your money right. You get your money back.
Yeah, you get your money back as a bonus bet if it loses.
Yes, bonus bet if it loses. So it's no sweat. It's like free bet, and the most you can bet is $25. But you can load up the props. So what John has done here is he's taken a bunch of alt lines, and what alt lines are is like, say the line is set. Okay, Chuba is going to have 62 rushing yards or whatever it is. The alt lines you can actually go higher and have, bet for more yards, but it's a riskier bet and a bigger payout. Or you can go lower yards, and if you bet like $10 to win like 4, right? So he's loaded up on these alt lines. Let's hear. Do you have it, John?
Yeah, I'm gonna throw it on the screen for the visual effect.
Okay, yeah, because I want to see what this looks like. I just took mine.
Give me a moment here while my computer is not a fan of having all of the tabs open that exist in my life. So
I do that. That's a struggle with my daily life with the tabs.
Yeah.
I don't like the lines are kind of tough for this game. Usually I have a few props for you guys. I do like Miles Sanders to have 2 catches or 10 receiving yards. So I'm actually going to put that in right now. You guys can watch me put these in.
I threw mine on the screen here, Coop. This is what John's working with here. A little no sweat same game parlay here for tonight. All alt lines except for the tackles at the bottom, and obviously the Komet receptions. But Bryce Young plus 150 yards is the lowest they offered. Tyson Bagent plus 150 yards, lowest they offer. Chuba Hubbard 20 plus 25 rushing yards. Donta Foreman plus 25 rushing yards.
This is insanity, bro.
Chuba over 11.5 rushing attempts. Thielen plus 40 receiving yards. Kmet plus 25 receiving yards. Moore plus 40 receiving yards. Kmet 3.5 receptions. TJ Edwards over 4.5 tackles. Frankie Louvu over 4.5 tackles. This is plus 1,300 on a $25. So win 350 if we hit there. So
solo tackles only for TJ Edwards.
Yeah.
Even then, his solo tackles number on some sites is set at like 6, 7.
Oh no, yeah, no, he's a high solo tackle guy. Yeah, these aren't combined tackles; these are solo tackles,
so,
which is fine. Both of these guys have been going over these. Frankie's gone over the last 3 games, solo tackles. Edwards been a monster with the tackles. So I'm expecting both of these teams to run the football. So I'm expecting tackles to be a big part for these linebackers. So there's an 11 play alt line same game parlay for tonight's Bears Panthers overs only club, because unders are boring. Coop.
Which one? It's okay. Overs only club. Which one makes you the most nervous out of these? Maybe.
I mean, probably the tackles ones, but I mean, like, you know.
But TJ Edwards is such a lock, dude. Last week I think he had like 15 combined tackles.
That's what I'm saying. He gets a whole bunch of tackles, and so does Louvu with no burns. So kind of why I liked that prop as well. He had like 8 tackles last week, 7 tackles last week.
That is sick behavior. That thing is wild.
Yeah. So, anyways, alt line parlay plus 1,300, 25 on the no sweat to win 350. Everybody. So feel free to win or lose with me this evening. We'll laugh about it next Thursday.
If you guys want to follow me on some normal tickets for normal people, I'm using my Thursday night 50% boost on. Here's what I got. I'll just pull mine up. Or is mine up right now?
Yeah, you're up.
Yes. Yeah. So I've got Terrace Marshall over 26.5 yards. No DJ Chark tonight. That's kind of a stupid bet. Don't do that. Miles Sanders to have more than 10.5 yards. Last week, he only ran 11 routes, but was targeted on 5 of those. I think he's done enough to carve out himself a little bit of role in the passing game. And I do expect him to have a couple catches tonight. And it only takes 1 to get 10 yards, right? So that's what I got. And then there's a Thursday night 50% boost. I'm using mine on that. You can only bet $10, but this would normally be minus 140. When I use that boost, it gets me to plus 107. And now I'm betting even money on Miles Sanders to have 2 catches. So I've set myself to be disappointed by Miles Sanders for the 17th time this year. He's somehow disappointed me 17 times, even though he's only played in 5 games. But you know what? I think that he's done enough in the eyes of the coaches to be moderately involved. Couple catches. That's what we're betting here. Betting a couple catches.
Cool. Well, let's rapid fire through these final few questions for everybody here, and then we got to get out. Game's kicking off soon here.
Yeah.
Jay Rapp wants to know half PPR: Foreman, Ford, Kamara, Taylor, Pickens, Flowers, Ridley, Thielen. Needs 2 running backs and a flex.
Damn. If your trade deadline hasn't gone by yet, I would try and do a trade. But I'm going to start 3 running backs, and I'm going to start Ford, Kamara, and Jonathan Taylor. Okay.
Yep, I like it. Then we got one Foreman, Lockett at the flex.
Yeah, we talked about this one, man. This one's tough. If it's full PPR, I go Lockett because Foreman does not catch passes. But half PPR, I think I might go Foreman, John.
Yeah, that's fine with me. And then final question of the night. Need 2 full PPR: White, Stevenson, Walker, or Montgomery. I'm going to go back to David Montgomery now that he is ready to go. Mm-hmm. Rashad White catches a ton of passes. I think we're going to go Rashad White here.
Plays like every snap. Kenneth Walker has a chest injury as a running back.
Stevenson sucks. So
I'll tell you, time and time again, you see the running backs, they get the shoulder injury, they get the chest injuries, and they play. But any chance these teams get to take a little bit off the workload, they do it. So the chest and the shoulders, those scare me more. Those scare me because like the leg injuries, you either play or you don't, and you're good to go. With the chest and the shoulder injuries, they play through them, but then they play like half the game, and it sucks.
Agreed. All right, everybody, thank you for tuning in here tonight. Scan that QR code. Go download the BetterCast app. We'll be in there watching the game, answering some questions, getting ready for some Thursday Night Football. We'll be back on Sunday, 9 to 10 a.m., getting ready for some Patriots, Colts, myself, and Brett Flynn. Go listen to Coop and Bender after that from 10 to 11 over at Sirius XM, and then right back here on the Fantasy Lounge channel from 11 to 12. Coop and myself taking you up through inactives. Like the channel, subscribe if you haven't already. Never miss a show here at Fantasy Alarm. Coop, my friend, good luck in week 10. We'll catch you guys later.